Ebo, sharpening knives. So you got 3 different settings on yours. You got the coarse, the medium, and the fine. The first thing you should do is check the edge of your blade, and if you got any like nicks that are visible inward like that, then start with the coarse. But if you don't, if it looks like a pretty smooth blade and there's not any like damage to the tip of it, then start off with the medium, certainly. So you said they got a little thing that shows you the angle on there, and what I like to do is take 2 pennies, stack them up, and then when you set your knife on there, that will give you like a Western style edge should line up about the angle that you want there. Mine's the Japanese one, so I go a little thinner than that. And generally, like, you don't want to scrape too hard on this, right? The name of the game and the whole thing here is making sure you're keeping it stable, right? So if you're pressing too hard, you're gonna tilt and bend up and down. And that is the whole thing about it. It has to be smooth and staying the exact same every single stroke, right? And I'll do each side here. I'll work this side for maybe 10 minutes or so. I'll get a bird, like a bird edge on the tip of it, and really get the side smooth and even. So if you want it done, start in the medium and do this for 10 minutes. After I'm done, I got my super fine edge. I've done both sides of this the same. They have to be cut the exact same angle, and they have to be done a long time at Sharpen. Once you feel that super fine edge on there, you can go on your fine stone and do the same thing. This one I got 6,000 grit. I know you said you got 1,200 grit in the end, but you know, mine's actually gonna like polish the edge of this knife. It'll give it a super fine edge. 1,200 will still give you a pretty fine edge, but this one's gonna like polish the tip. And once everything's super smooth along the blade, then you can use a strop, and I'll show you that. See, I'm sure you can't see with the camera, but like when I put the light onto it and see how it like shines off the edge there. And like this side, it's, yeah, I'll do it, but it hasn't been brightened up yet. Something I forgot to mention, while I'm going down the fine one, I like to keep a steel hand. You just like, these things ever so gently. You're actually honing with this and you're sharpening with this. So just making sure that blade is super duper straight. And let's do that when you're putting the finishing touches on there. Just to keep that edge super duper straight, I'll use the honing steel right at the end, just a touch. And a couple light backward strokes, and you're gonna do this again for another 5 minutes and use the steel tip. Pretty sure. Alright, last thing I do, it's kind of optional, but it'll get done, like get a super fine edge on it. Use a leather belt, leather strap. You don't really have to worry about doing the angle on this, but backwards towards you. Don't cut your feet off. I should probably be wearing shoes. And this ought to get your super duper fine edge on there. Great way to finish it. You can do that as much as you want. And it's done. I'll be able to, fucking sharp. It'll shave. Yeah, not that I'll be shaving with this, but this could shave you. And always make sure, man, when you use this steel, to keep it sharp afterwards, so you're not banging it on there, going crazy with it. I mean, it's just a gentle little touch to get it realigned. All you're doing is keeping this blade straight again. That's all really that this steel is doing, is keeping the blade straight. an edge line.